here.
Or well, actually, just after.
Oh no, dang it.
Just afternoon.
I got the puppies here. Charlie! Charlie! And we macchiato and Robin after I, oh, I don't have a pie tray yet. Hey Drew, can you grab the pie tray?
Get my bags and bring the tray over.
Right after doing the video this morning, we got macchiato and Robin together, so we got a second meeting for them in the...
Oh, you got it done. I was busy doing other stuff.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you were keeping everything. Hey there, Lisa! I don't want to put him down. We don't have pie tray yet, so I don't want to put him down the bed. Okay, do you want to see the Robin? Here's the Robin.
Oh, good girl, Amelia. Good girl.
Good Robin dog.
Good girl, Amelia.
Is she going potty?
Yep. Good girl, Amelia. Good girl.
So if you're just joining us, these guys are 6 weeks old, 6.5 weeks now. They'll be 7 weeks old on Tuesday. Mom is a Blenheim, Dad is a black and tan, and that's how we have a tricolor. No, I'm just kidding. The macchiato, when paired with the Blenheim, he can produce every color. So Charlie does not have a tricolor mom or dad.
Hey, Mocha. No.
Can you go potty? Can you go potty?
Mocha. Be nice. Thing.
Go potty, Charlie.
Get up, Juno. Get up, Juno.
He's like, he's just standing. You go potty?
Go potty, Charlie.
I'm like, maybe he went, but...
Why is he looking so like...
So like stunned?
Yeah, he's looking...
Aww. You guys gotta see this.
I've got 3 puppies. Not 1, not 2, but 3.
I like how they're each different colors too.
Yeah. We got, Juno is a blue merle tricolor. She's got the really interesting coloring.
Pom-pom.
Oh, pom-pom. Yeah, let's go potty, guys. And
There's Robin.
Pom-pom's over here losing her mind.
Here's Pom-pom.
There's
She's
Mommy
not
Pom.
eating her food.
She's not eating food because she's like, I know those puppies are going to be getting food.
Juno! Juno! Juno!
Stinker Binker.
You know, we considered not laying the blanket down, but we kind of decided that, you know, they often have accidents anyway, and so we would rather that they have accidents be drawn to the blanket. Good girl, Delilah. Good girl, Delilah.
Good girl, Delilah.
Good girl.
Don't do anything,
Those are
Charlie,
good
Charlie.
puppies.
Charlie. What are you doing, Amelia? But you just went. You just went, Amelia. Good girl, Amelia. Who's your good girl? Come on. Who's your good girl? Who's your good girl? Lastly, we've got the Minnie, the not so Minnie, and the Mocha. Hi guys. What are you doing? I'm walking over here.
Juno. Say hi. Oh! The whole gang shows up. Hey, Pom.
Ready? Alright, let's go potty. Let's go potty, puppies. Go potty.
potty.
You're not gonna go potty with mom around. Come here, Mocha. You come
Oh.
back here. Potty. Potty, Mocha. Minnie, go potty. Minnie, come on. Go potty. Potty, Charlie.
Hi, Mocha. Hi, sweetie. Your collar is looking awfully loose.
Mocha, what you doing? Why are you dragging your booty? Huh? You need to...
Not much in her.
Come here, you.
You're trying to get to Mama.
Dirty booty? No. Just need to go potty. Come on. Push it out, poop. Come on, push it out. Go poop. Poop, Mocha. Why are you dragging your booty?
You guys are so much fun.
Oh, you want it? So, if you ever see your dog, I think I talked about this not too long ago. If you ever see your dog dragging their booty, a lot of people just automatically think that it must be their glands, their anal glands that are in their
Gland issue.
Yeah, it's a gland issue, like they're starting
Or like it needs to be expressed.
Yeah, that it needs to be expressed or something like that. And sometimes that is the case, but I always encourage...
Don't assume that. Though.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, don't assume. We encourage people to do a little inspection first. So take a look underneath their tails because... Come back here, you. Oftentimes, the puppies will have little dingleberries.
Robin is a really good example because their feathering is so thick and full.
Yeah, their fur is just so thick, especially on their back ends, that they can get
Rio's pantaloons are probably at a high risk
of dingleberries.
Collecting dingleberries, yes.
But so usually if you just remove those, that will solve the issue. But if it persists, that's when you need to look into expressing some glands. Oh my goodness!
We did it. So Spike.
Hey, hey, you two.
That was kind of when we learned about it. Was when Spike was doing a lot of butt dragging, and we kind of thought we were thinking the same thing. We were thinking anal glands, and it turned out that really wasn't the issue. He just needed to be cleaned up a bit, but we were like getting ready to, Drew was gloving up,
getting ready to do the whole...
But when you start clearing the fur to get to the glands, you'll see a lot of little friends that got dropped off. Not at the pool.
They were not dropped off at the pool, unfortunately. They got stuck in the car.
They got stuck in the car. Here, Pop.
Hey, Mocha, what are you doing? Mocha, are you going to be a digger puppy? Are you going to be like your daddy, digging for voles and chipmunks?
You know who really is Minnie. Minnie is gonna...
Oh, yeah.
She loves that stuff.
Remy? Little sneaky Remy dog. Look at that.
It's been so funny in our house these last couple of days with all of our moms and heat and some of them getting pregnant. Oh, look at Mocha over there getting into all kinds of trouble.
Oh, Mocha.
You know, Daisy is going into heat. Like we didn't even think about Daisy, but of course, you know, the timing works out.
Yeah.
And so, you know, of course, we're not breeding Daisy this cycle, of course. So, it's creating this interesting dynamic of moms who have been mated, moms who have yet to be mated, moms who are in heat but not being mated, and then our moms who are just not in heat and are kind of wondering what all the fuss is about. And it's been kind of funny because like this morning I walked into the kitchen and Daisy was humping Remy. Like the strangest scenario. Daisy's like half the size of Remy, so it was just like she couldn't even quite get up there all the way, and so it looked a little ridiculous.
All the puppies are chasing after Remy right now because they just think she's a blast. She's just so much fun, aren't you, Remy?
But Macchiato's tepid sex drive has continued. And that's actually what presented the opportunity to create the video that I created because they really need a lot of hands-on help.
Oh my gosh.
Well, not they, Macchiato.
Remy has gotten so heavy. I haven't picked her up in a long time, and she is really gained some weight.
Is she eating better?
She has been eating a lot more.
I wonder if she's...
Holy mackerel, she is heavy.
finally putting on some weight.
Remy is our tallest dog.
She is very tall.
She's very tall.
She's
very
leggy, very, very leggy.
She's very leggy. And she's also really long.
Yeah. She's just big all around. She just isn't dense. She's still like her frame is big, but her like bones themselves are not, they're just long.
Yeah. Long.
Alright, I'm going to.
Oh my goodness, Amelia. You're really going after Mama. You go after my shoes, Mocha?
Can you pull my phone out and then I will shut this off and then.
Good job, yeah. Doing anything wrong here? There we go.
It's the worst with the live running.
Yeah, so we don't use it.
Aww.
Yeah. Well, hello, Mr. Charlie. Hey, Charlie. Who's a good boy? We gotta FaceTime your mom today.
So that's Delilah, and the dog she's licking, that's Robin. She's the one who was in our video this morning, the mama who, we're giving her a due date of September 29th. In fact, I forgot to put that on the video. I was gonna put that at the very end, like, all of this has been for something.
Right. Not that, but for anybody
Hi, Delilah.
who has been with us for a while, her due date, September 29th, is Matthew's birthday. That was Matthew's birth date. For anybody who's been with us for a while and seen like our Matthew video.
Oh, you know what? I'll link it. Because we reference it once in a while.
Yeah. Matthew.
It's the Matthew video. I'm really glad we have it, even though it was like one of the first videos I ever edited, and so it's kind of poorly done. It was one of the first videos I ever made, but I made it when I did because it was our son Matthew had a whole lot to do with how we got into this, and our objective is always going to remain the same, and we never want to lose sight of that. And so it's something we actually spoke about a couple days ago, just me and him. How we never want to lose sight of what got us into raising ESAs and service dogs, because we're so busy every day, and we're talking about how it feels like the dog's been in heat for forever, but it's only been like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
But anyway, but that video is a really good, it's like 8 minutes long, but it's a really good it kind of helps explain, I think, why it answers some questions.
Oh my goodness.
Why all of our kids, before we had Matthew, there was not a world where we were ever going to get each of our kids their own individual dogs. There is no world that exists.
Yeah. That's not going to be happening.
So it was, but that all changed when Matthew passed away. There's so many things that you don't know that that it just affects so much. The kids were affected in ways that we could only picture by their descriptions, because their perspective is so much different. And so they go through, their stress is a lot different from our stress. And I can only imagine that any child would feel some guilt, and not the reason that you might think, but because when we had Matthew, his needs were 24/7, and we had to skip birthday parties, our children's birthday parties, but we couldn't take them out to birthday parties as easily. We had to skip so many invitations and things. Even extracurricular things were hard to do because we couldn't make those commitments. And but when Matthew passed away, we were very aware of the fact that the kids were coming from a different perspective, and there was a certain amount of relief on their part where they got their parents back. And the whole kids up in there.
Check.
So, where was I going with that?
Talk about Matthew and the.
No. Secret? No, you just potty it on the blanket. Go potty there. Puppies! 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 Good puppies! But I know that, like, for me and Drew, you know, after the initial shock wore off, Drew and I had been so sleep deprived, and like we spent probably once we got to the funeral and after that initial stuff, we were just like, those were the first full nights of sleep we had gotten since before Matthew was born. Because his care was like all through the night too; it didn't turn off at night. And so we slept and slept and slept. And I think something that was really hard about that was once we were like back to ourselves and we finally had some sleep, we felt a lot of guilt because now we were rested at that point. We finally gotten some rest, and so we just it was difficult. There was just a lot of guilt in so many ways. But so that was our experience, and then knowing that and looking at the kids, we could only imagine that they felt a similar sort of relief where they had their mom and dad back, and you know they could come home with a birthday invitation and actually hope that they can go and not just be expect another we'll see and and then not be able to go. And so, that was really nice for the kids, but I'm pretty sure that they felt like there was something wrong with that thinking because, if your brother dies, somebody in the family passes away real suddenly, and it's almost impossible to not feel guilty when there's a positive that comes of it. Because it doesn't sound great, but there were some positives that, Matthew, for one, Drew and I, when that whole month prior to his passing, we were talking about like how helpless we felt because at that point, he really didn't have a whole lot of quality of life left. And we didn't know what options we had because his feeding tube was essentially his life support. And if somebody is on any other sort of life support, there's always, discussions of quality of life and everything, but we're essentially forced to. And in August, he passed away in September. In August, he started just vomiting every single feeding. And it was like his body was refusing to accept the force feed now, and we would feed him, and it would just all come back up. And so we would slow down the feed, we would do it by hand, we would do it like over a long period. We tried all different kinds of things, and he always vomited it right back up.
Just throw it up immediately. So yeah, we were about our wits' ends that first month. We were just didn't know what we could do, what more we could do, because we were already doing so much. But it's funny, we have traded the
24/7 medical for 24/7 puppies.
Yeah, exactly. I went from 24/7 medical of a child to 24/7 puppy, which
has been a good trade.
Well,
I would take Matthew back for.
Absolutely.
I would. But I will say, and this got misinterpreted when I said it once before, and so disclaimer, real quick.
Trigger warning.
But
Hey.
After he passed away, I'm not a religious person. We're like more spiritual, but we're not like, we don't go to church on Sundays. We don't have a super religious belief system. And, but I remember feeling so much peace with thinking about him being in I just don't know where that cut off. I'm sorry about that. But I remember a few weeks after he passed away, I remember thinking about like how nice it would be for him to finally be able to just run and to laugh and do all the things he couldn't do. And ever since I like had this sort of weird moment, I have, you know, you always, especially when you're younger, you have this fear of death, and you know, and all the unknown that comes with death, and you know, when you get old and die, and after Matthew passed away, I no longer have that fear. It's not that I'm looking forward to it. I don't feel afraid because I know that when the time does come for me to pass away, I know that I'll finally get to see Matthew, and he's gonna be strong, he's gonna be healthy, and like that, like I'm waiting for that. So, but it got misinterpreted because I was talking about how I no longer fear death, and somebody thought that I was making self-harm comments, and like contacted the family and made a big thing about it. It's like, no, it's just like it's more of a spiritual thing. I trust that Matthew is. I trust that he is not hurting, and he's not, you know, he's not going just every day, all day was hard for him, and it's difficult to watch and not be able to do much about. And so, I mean, it's been a very long process, but I think that we've done pretty well with it. I think we've learned a lot. Drew and I, just yesterday, we were talking about how like 8 years ago, how selfish we were. I wish I could remember. We were talking about like, I think donating money to something or some sort of situation, you know, something that was going on in the news, some headline. And we're talking about what we would do. And we both went through it like, oh yeah, this is how we handle it, that was totally wrong. And then we both realized, like, before Matthew, before Rennie, there was a time where we were those people, and we were so nice to like look at each other and to feel so to feel the shame that
that's how you once were.
That was how we used to, like, our belief and value system used to be so poor, and so it's just very ashamed of it, but I'm also very grateful that that this experience, Drew and I were both able to kind of look within and grow, as opposed to becoming like jaded and angry, and because like if we hadn't been in cycle and hadn't used it as an opportunity to grow, we probably would have ended up divorced. Like the statistics for parents in our situation, it was something like 85% is divorced within the first year, and then when the child passes away, then that goes up even further, because a lot of times, in the case where you have a child who is handicapped or disabled, especially if the child passes away at one parent's care, you can have a lot of blaming in the marriage, and so, and we only really read about that later, which was interesting because the way that everything happened when Matthew passed away, it would have been really easy for us to blame each other. Because it happened during the night, and we both kind of been checking on him, and then in the morning, Drew left for work, and like time-wise and everything, I think it had already passed by that point, and so like it was a situation where both of us, we could have found a way. I'm not saying it's right or would have been right. I'm just saying we could have come up with ways, if we wanted to be mean to each other, to try to place blame, and those were the people that we used to be. That was how we used to be 10 years ago. Charlie, go poop. And, oh no, my train of thought. Here. You've been awfully prickly with everybody. Yeah. But, I mean, I hate that Matthew had to make that sacrifice for us to become better people, because I don't think I was a very good person before. And so that's the one thing that kind of stinks about it, but try to focus on the good, and that is that, I feel like he stuck around just long enough that we all kind of had our own growth within, that we were capable of growing within, while he was here. And, you know, once we reached a certain point, I think that his body was weak enough that he just kind of was hanging on as long as he could. And there was this point where we weren't really growing anymore. It was becoming, as he was deteriorating, it was just becoming more stressful, and we were able to give the kids even less attention. And I think that he really just hung on long enough to teach us all of these lessons, and it's almost like he saw that his job was done, and then he was ready to let go once he had finished his job. And that's kind of how we explained it to the kids when it all first happened, and I've come to believe it myself, so. Yeah. Yes. How do you guys all keep doing this? Is no Puppies. Oh, Vienna, do you want to come play? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like Debbie down and talk about Matthew. What is it? Oh, Vienna. You're such a sticker. Vienna. Dad, where'd you go? Is our new Remy. This is how Remy was when we first got Remy. When Remy was little, she just because we brought her home at 8 weeks old, and we had a litter of puppies at the time. I think they were a little younger than her, like 5 weeks old. But they were in this big pen right here, and so we would just pop Remy in because it was a puppy pen, and she was only 8 weeks old. She just about as big as these guys are, and
What happened to Mocha? She bonked her head too? Man.
I think that's partly it's partly where why Remy's super friendly and bubbly personality comes from, because her whole puppyhood she spent with the current litters on the ground, and their puppy pens. I wish you guys could see me.
Yeah.
You are such a sweetie.
Hi, Charlie. Who's a good boy?
I opened those up to bring light in. Because it's afternoon.
Don't honk your rabbit, okay?
Who's good puppies?
Be more careful, Mocha, okay?
I don't know if she quite can understand all that. Oh, Delilah, I think you're being a little rough.
The Delilah can be a little rough sometimes. You. It's a dog.
Good girl. Yes, I'm
Okay. Do we have some hungry puppies?
Yes, we have hungry puppies. We have hungry puppies.
Come here, pups. Oops. Sorry, Juno. Over ya. Come here, puppies.
Oh, Myra.
No.
Myra is not shy about eating.
Yeah.
She's shy about something.
No.
Hey, girls. It's okay, Pom. Eat your food. You have a big bowl of food there.
I'm gonna have lunch, Mom.
Okay.
Have May, Carter, and Phil had lunch?
I don't think so. Pom, you don't need to come and eat all their food. And so their puppy mash these days is, it's just, puppy mash these days is, it's just their kibble with, warm water and we let it sit for shorter periods of time, just about each day. Make them less chewy with each feeding to help strengthen their jaws and.
Yeah, they're only down to 2 ounces of water in it now, so.
They're doing a really, really awesome job.
Brad? No.
What are you doing, Mocha? Whose collar? This was a Mocha collar. What color do you have on? Oh. Oh, this is the one. I think we're gonna have to give them new colors because it's like they've pulled them out so much that doesn't have the rough edges anymore. It's real flat, and so it just slides real easily. Mocha, it's okay, sweetie. There's a space for you with a table. Elbows off the table. Hey, Bradley.
Yeah.
Love you.
Hi, happy puppies.
What's he?
Get close.
Oh.
Yep. Juno.
They love your shoes even when you're not wearing them.
Yep. That's why those are the puppy shoes. I hate wearing other shoes.
Hang on, I'm gonna put these over here so that everyone can see how the puppies like lay on them.
Yeah.
Because they always lay on one to chew on the other.
Yep. That's right. These guys, and like everyone says, Drew, you need new shoes. Drew, you need to get some new shoes. It's like, why would I buy a new pair of shoes just for them to end up like this again?
Well, and they should be like a little museum, an RBC museum.
RBC museum. The puppy shoes. Hi, sweetheart. Hey, baby. I'll come let you sit in my lap.
You know, honestly, they're not that worn. A lot of it is just for puppies.
Some puppies. Yeah. Some puppies. Hey, sweetie. That's my good girl, huh?
Oh, look at those two cleaning each other's faces. You guys are too precious.
They're happy puppies. That's my good girl, huh? That's my good Mocha girl. That's my good Mocha girl.
Turn their noses like up in the air. Like they're trying to reach it or
Yeah.
something.
Gotta get it just right. Whoa!
Shoes!
Shoes.
Shoes!
Shoes.
Shoes!
Oh, okay. Man.
Ooh, stinky better.
That's bad. Oh, that's bad.
Oh, it's so bad, it's good.
You always make me think of that food.
Like this thing? Is this what you wanted? Or do you want shoe?
You have pretty eyeballs.
God, yeah, she really does. In the sun, Amelia's eyes, it's like they're really pretty now, just like as is.
In the sun, they sparkle.
Yeah, they sparkle. It's crazy. I've never seen another one of our puppies have eyes like that. Hi, hi there. Well, hello, hello, Mr. Charlie. Oh, I always forget about that.
Sorry, it just makes things a lot easier.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed.
It's kind of separation.
Oh, excuse you, Minnie. Excuse you. Hi. You can jump on my lap too? Everyone wants to jump on the lap. Oh, Juno, what are you doing over there, Juno?
Juno, who's a girl?
Slam on the brakes for food.
I love how they come bounding through when they hear their names.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's me, that's
That's
me.
me. Who's up? Not me. Juno.
I can't get over how much Amelia looks like Theo, and it drives me crazy because, well, no, they are related, right?
Yeah, they're related.
They're related.
They're cousins. Oh.
I keep thinking that Rio's from Remy. That's what keeps getting me.
Oh.
She's from Remy. Or no, but then they would have the same dad.
We still have the same dad. Yeah. Still have the same faja.
And I don't know what my race is. Because I don't know.
Hey!
I think you just forget about how like
How,
they
yeah,
can be
which-
very interconnected.
So that we do need to like map it out
Mm-hmm.
and draw a family tree so that we
trees.
can make sure we keep everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that we would like intentionally plan a litter, but I'd be worried that what would happen is
Just
when we
so-
have like our fertile moms and we're keeping males aside, that somebody might slip through
cracks,
and we might just not initially be like, oh wait, shoot, that's.
Oh, that puppy or that dog can't have intercourse with that female.
They cannot.
No.
Hey Dad, can we take the bed out?
What?
Can we take the bed out?
Bed out. You want your
The
bed?
couch?
What?
The couch?
Oh, the stairs. Oh, the.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
I was very impressed with how you guys picked up last night.
No, thank you.
I also learned that they stay up way past their bedtime.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No!
Because you're supposed to go to bed at midnight?
I just wanted to come out at, I don't know if it was the other night.
Mom!
It was at about 12:30, there was a whole lot of ruckus, and so I don't know if you guys are necessarily
Ruckus?
It was
down there.
still
12:30.
12.
Well, that's what I'm saying, like, if you got, it went up, you probably don't even know what I'm talking about.
We went
Because it was 12:30.
Was
We
there a
all-
ruckus between two older brothers?
It was, I heard Philip.
When May went to bed, we started picking up and then we went to bed. It took us like 10, 12 minutes.
10 long minutes.
10
As opposed to 10 short minutes.
No, he said 10 or 12
Oh,
minutes.
they said 10 long
Yeah,
minutes.
No, 10 to
10
12.
to 12 minutes.
Love you, bub.
Love you
He's
too.
very 10 to 12.
10 to 12 minutes.
Oh, ouchie!
Oh!
Minnie! Another one. Another ringer. Oh.
How many bonks is it gonna take until we learn?
Whoa!
Oh my
Delilah.
God.
Delilah. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I probably already do a little too much growling whenever they bonk themselves like that.
Maybe
But
that's
this litter is the worst about that.
They
Like,
really are.
yeah.
They usually quickly learn to just
Yeah.
not run through there. Mocha's gonna get the last bite. Come on, Mocha. Come on, Mocha.
Hurry, Mocha.
Hurry.
Hurry. Hurry, Mocha. Hurry, you need it. No.
No, she doesn't.
Minnie doesn't need it. Minnie doesn't need it. Minnie's too big. Sorry, come on.
Drew, like Mocha is this litter that might not survive. Whenever we weigh them, like off camera, he'll be like, "Where's Mocha? Was she at the end? Was she at the bottom?"
She's the littlest again. Hey, what is
When
this?
they were 5 weeks,
No.
he asked if she had overtaken Amelia, because her and Amelia are always like head to head.
Yeah.
And so I had to convince him she's not like a runt. She's just
Hey,
petite.
sweetie. Hey, sweetie.
Somebody's gotta be the smallest.
Hey, sweetie.
We got blessed with
Did you
6
step on something?
healthy kids.
Philip said
Yes.
that we're not going to take the bed out, and I have to see if
Wait, why is Phil
People
gets to make that
agree.
decision? But nobody's. Oh, it's because Phil is laying on the couch.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he can. Phil, pull the cat. Yeah, pull the bed out.
No, hang on, Phil. Bradley, you don't need to see if everybody agrees. May's up here, and so she's not using it.
No, Carter.
Yeah, exactly. See, they're upstairs.
He can't. He asked us, and we said yes. No, I was talking to Mom and Philip. What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this?
Don't hit the ball. Don't hit the ball, okay?
Hi, Amelia. Hi, good girl. Who's a good girl? Hmm?
Oh, I want to squeeze all the puppies because they're so cute.
Oh my gosh.
Did another puppy get hit on the bar?
Yeah. Minnie.
Woo! That'll just.
Oh. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Delilah.
I'm now going to eat you puppies.
What is this? What is this?
Whoa!
Juno.
You puppies will become my teeth.
What?
Oh!
The puppies will become your teeth?
Yep.
Oh!
Funny, bro. Like,
And in the shoe you go.
Into the shoe you go.
You should be able to go use it now.
Hi. Hi, you. Come on. Juno. Whoa, bouncy.
Philip, why do you hate the bed so much?
Oh, Delilah. Minnie, what are you doing, Minnie? Who's this behind me? Is this my Mocha over here? How about we not use those teeth? Liz, what are you doing? Hey, no. Minnie? dogs. Oh. Odd.
Yeah. And then went back down. So I wonder if they're already. I'm trying to chew our new blanket from SS. If you are on or listening anywhere, somewhere, we love this blanket so much. It is so perfect for the puppies. It is a perfect puppy accessory. And it's so versatile because we don't have to use it just for the puppies. If we're gonna go see fireworks or something, we can just take it with and put it on a lawn. Because it's waterproof, we can use it for that sort of stuff, laying it on wet grass and whatnot. So we love this blanket, and the puppies do too. And Missy does, pregnant mama does. We fold it up into quarters in our bedroom and leave it just like that. And Missy goes and lays on it, belly down, and it supports her because it lets her belly sink. It lets her belly sink and also keeps her body up.
Oh, Minnie.
And so we fold it up so that she can have this nice cushiony bed because she's no longer sleeping in our bed. By her choice, I invite her all the time. I put her up there, and she will jump down that giant belly. If we'll pull the stairs away, right? Discourage her from getting down, but she will leap.
Yeah, she'll jump down.
She'll very slowly walk to the edge, and then she kind of well, you can tell she's kind of fighting this. Yeah. She's fighting that fear of falling, and she just kind of starts slipping, and when her front feet can no longer keep her up, that's when she kind of launches with her back feet. And oh man,
it's so scary.
I hate seeing it. I would much rather just walk in and see her on the floor than have to watch her jump down.
What are you doing over there, Juno? Juno.
She might just leave the stairs. She has the safest way of you're gonna bump your head right here.
Juno.
You're gonna jump up. You're gonna pop right up.
Juno, come here. Come here, Juno. Juno, come on. Come on.
Pop right in.
Come here.
I told you.
Yeah, you saved her. She's like, hey, what's that about?
I knew it. I knew it.
Why did you do that to me?
I knew it.
Why did you do that to me?
Huh? She's gonna pop up right from the sitting position.
You spinning? You know, spin move? Hey, you two. Delilah, you are such a little stinker.
Oh, I love your breath.
The puppiest. Huh?
You're
Juno.
such a good girl.
Juno is such a good girl.
Oh, you're the best girl. I so wish we'd gotten one for Matthew. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That's a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel for the Matthew boy.
No. Like,
You have him.
I did not think about it.
Who would have-
Just, like, really freaks me out.
Oh man, you wanna know what name I just thought of?
What?
Mighty. So we had
Oh.
Mighty Mouse.
Oh, that would have been so cute.
Yeah.
Oh, but we could name our stud, our stud Mighty.
Yeah, that'd be
I
good.
kinda like that name for stud.
Yeah, Mighty.
Yeah.
Mighty. Yeah, I like that.
And it's got the Y in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh yeah, could you imagine calling that?
Boy.
Yeah, for
Yeah, 'cause
boy.
it's not for a girl. And
Yeah, it's
it's not
definitely
boys.
not.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Rio's a good one, Mighty's a good one. Spike's not a good one.
Spike, nothing.
Spike just never got named, and so we went to the default that our 4-year-old, his vote was for Spike, since like before we brought him home, and Dad and I were trying to think of a
Something.
good name, of like we take a lot of pride in our dogs, and and we love to have good names, but for some reason when we came home with Spike, we could not find something that
Could not think of
Yeah,
one for the
nothing.
life of us.
And so, but Bradley knew what he wanted his name to be, and that was Spike. Well, it was Spikes.
Spikes.
But yeah, so we we just kind of left it up in the air. In the meantime, Bradley was calling him Spikes,
Yeah.
and a few weeks went by, and Spike was responding to Spikes,
Yeah.
and Drew and I had not come up with anything, and I think we'd gotten a couple of names from the other kids, but
Yeah.
they weren't.
Nothing was sticking.
Yeah, nothing stuck. And since Spike had gotten to know that name, we decided to shorten Spikes to Spike and just leave it as Spike. But I'll tell you what, I felt really silly bringing out this like curly haired, fluffy, prim and proper dog and saying that his name was Spike.
This is Spike. He's really.
Especially when like we would go and like UPS would drop off Amazon packages and they'd be like, oh, this dog's name.
Spike.
You have to know. We love him so much. He's such a good
Can I
dog.
give you a puzzle block? Minnie, come here, Minnie. Come here, Minnie. Minnie. Come on, Minnie.
Is that you, Daisy? You found him out. I'll come out.
Wow. Minnie, come back. Minnie. Come here.
Is Robin staying for her? Yeah, I think it is.
Wow.
Robin's name is Verrier. So Daisy's.
Wait, Robin? Oh, yeah.
And so is Paris's, yeah.
That's right.
Paris, Robin, Daisy. Daisy.
No, let her teach him.
Yeah.
Let her teach them. Because Minnie is like.
Minnie needs one of the grown-ups to
Yeah,
tell her
no.
to stop breaking the rules.
Yeah.
Like, I got out of the waist.
Good girl, Daisy. Good girl, Daisy.
You are a good girl, Daisy. Yeah, I first learned about having the alpha dogs teach younger ones when we did dog rescue, because we would get, when we did dog rescue, a lot of dogs from puppy mills, and when we got puppy mill dogs, they didn't have any, I mean, as you can imagine, they didn't have any social skills, they didn't know how to, they didn't know anything about like living in a pack or even living in a home with people. And we discovered that having our most dominant dog kind of like introduce them to the house and the rules, so to speak. they really came out of their shells. They had that one dog to kind of like focus on. Her name was Star, but we would bring Star out, and she was a lot like Daisy, and she would just kind of, she would go see them, like go meet them. Go potty here, go potty there, go potty, Juno.
Juno, you're the worst. Potty, Juno.
He's too distracting. But those poor dogs were so traumatized from their experiences that it always took a lot. It always took a lot to a million new text messages. It always, oh good grief.
Just leave it.
Well, it's, so, I've been through a lot of really traumatizing experiences, not to mention that they hadn't been socialized, nothing, they've just been breeding, and so, yeah. And she came from a puppy mill that was one of those ones that had like the crates stacked 5 high, and she was an older mom. She was, I think, 8. She looked like she was 14. She had cancer all over her. She had a young litter of puppies that we were told they were about 2 weeks old. I don't think they actually could tell exactly how old they were because they were so emaciated. But what they did, they put those puppies with
Minnie.
another mama from, like, not from the puppy mill, but another mom that another foster home had, and so the mom took the puppies in, and we took care of the adult, the mom of the litter, and she was so scared and so afraid. We brought her in and laid her down on the carpet in our living room, and she was so afraid of the carpet that she chose to go over onto the tile and lay down. Because like they've never felt anything soft before. And but she was just so, we would talk to her and she had no energy whatsoever. She was just like, just to lift her head off the floor, it took a lot from her. And so in her case, we ended up and tried to just give her a few peaceful days. We bathed her and cleaned her up, and a few days later, then the rescue decided to euthanize her, and so she at least had a few days of just being loved on, and it was just so sad to see. Because she had those puppies that were just taken away, she was really engorged with milk, and so that was really painful for her. It was so sad. But we did get a lot of dogs too that were younger that were from the puppy mill. They were younger. They had a little bit more hope for rehabilitation because we would get these 2, 3, 4-year-old dogs, and a lot of them they still had like those sponges for brains. They were still wanting to learn and soak up as much as they could, and so that's where we brought in our alpha dog, and they would meet her, and she had so much to teach them that they were super excited to, like, it was a completely different response from these younger dogs than older ones that almost like kind of gave up on humanity. And but the younger dogs, they were all about it. Once they got past a little bit of that fear, when they had a strong leader in an alpha dog that was kind of showing them what to do, and there were all these new experiences, and they were all positive. But of course, every case was very different. A lot of dogs have different. We usually get briefed on like what their particular issues were. If they had, a lot of times they'll be food aggressive because there's very little food around, and so whatever food they could find, they had to hoard and keep to themselves. And so a lot of times they'd be very food aggressive, and those were all things that we would work on trying to rehabilitate before rehoming them. But so I went on a tangent and started rambling. But my whole point, the reason I got onto that was kind of where we learned to utilize the alpha dog for communicating with the other dogs because with our puppy mill dogs in the rescue, our foster dogs, they were
Minnie.
they were
Oh,
in a so they were in a very different situation, but also kind of similar circumstances in the sense that like the puppies and also the dogs at the puppy mill, they both need to be introduced to this world somehow, and they need to be introduced to the world in a safe way that they feel safe in, so that it's a good experience, and contributes to their overall growth and development. So I mean, if we did not have a house, if we didn't have like Daisy come in to come and regulate, and that's they're all passed out, it would just be like them chasing around, being mouthy, and it would be like craziness.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Do you want to set up the big pen so that way we can just move in here instead of having to do it? And I'll set up.
Well, I was gonna say, like, I literally just changed that
I know.
pen,
Well, we
so
can-
that's what stinks about it.
We can use all that stuff.
I know, it's just like I did the whole thing.
Well, I'll do this whole thing if you want. Are you happy to?
Oh, I know what I was gonna say. Even when we had puppy mill dogs who had no socialization, the one thing that they were able to do, and this was partly why we got alpha dogs to be part of it, was they can communicate with dogs. They had no understanding of people and didn't trust people at all, but they I would say they trusted other dogs, but they were at least able to communicate with them. And so I think it all started with that, was having another dog from a healthy place, from a healthy environment, a healthy family, communicate with them, and begin helping them kind of come out of their shells. It's amazing how some of the younger dogs really do have their youth on their side, and some of the befores and afters, you just wouldn't believe that some of these dogs came from the background that they were in. So we usually had a lot of good, happy endings. It was the cases where we had to euthanize; those were kind of the exception.
Come here. What?
You're such a good girl, Daisy. And Daisy is very in heat right now, and she is not letting us forget.
Yeah, she's like, please make puppies. Please, I love making puppies.
Here's how you know if
Holy mackerel.
So for families who are getting girl puppies from us, they can go into heat as early as 4 months old. So, I'll do a little anatomy lesson here. When they're going into heat, here's what the vulva looks like when they're not fertile.
Do you want
it has it looks the same. I think we all get, the idea. It sort of looks like an upside down construction cone. But when they're fertile, when they're going into heat, that little cone, which is what is right here.
It's actually a sleeve that's folded up.
It swells and becomes, Drew and I call it a sleeve because it's become so long.
It's a sleeve of meat.
And that's what the vulva turns into when they're fertile. Daisy's usually jiggles when she walks.
Yeah, when she walks, it's like she's...
Daisy, guys! Daisy!
Daisy.
It was somebody downstairs.
Yeah. Let's not make weird, silly noises downstairs, please.
Missy, it's all good.
Daisy, stop. Missy!
And then the girls, this is kind of gross, but the girls will all take care of each other. Before they're before they're like ready for mating, they bleed, and Daisy's in her bleeding phase right now, and especially the other moms that are in heat, they all kind of keep each other clean, and it's so gross, especially after like Robin, after she's tied off with or after she unties from macchiato. All the moms like swoop in and start cleaning her up.
Start licking away.
I really hope you captured that.
Oh no, I don't think it did. There you go. No, you saw it. Stop.
You don't want her to teach lessons right to me?
She's not growling though. She's growling it. What's going on downstairs?
It's just me.
Yeah, don't do whatever you do.
Were you just hanging out on the stairs like?
What?
Were you just hanging out on the
Whatever
stairs?
the noise was, yeah, I don't know.
Oh.
Dog's going.
Okay, so let's make this the big pen, y'all. The big poppy pen. The big poppy pen. No, that's not your food. That's not your food. That's not your cheese.
Did you ever find the avocados?
Huh?
Did you ever find the avocados?
Yeah, I did. They're not ready though. They are very hard.
You're so hard.
So hard. Here. You open your eyes at me. It's funny though. She makes noises. You can see her like yowl, like.
I can see him more than you can hear him.
Yeah.
Paris snuggled with me the other night. It was so awesome.
Oh, did she?
Especially because she's super warm and I'm always freezing.
Oh, you know what? I bet May's gonna love that in the wintertime.
Paris is warm bodied.
Yeah, you're gonna love how warm Paris is at night.
I think she had that last winter, didn't she? Or was she? I feel like she started sleeping in the bedroom kind of late. Oh, and Missy, we are down to like the 11th hour with her pregnancy because her due date is in less than a week now.
Huh?
We're a lot of business cards.
Oh, we are? We need to order something. What's up?
Stamper, like, so when I stamp the folder, it'll have all their information on it.
Right.
So like they got their phone number and stuff. But there's something they hand out.
Yeah. And I know that there are some people that were asking for those specifically.
In this letter?
Yes, this letter.
Shoot. I don't know if they have it in time. Go potty, Minnie. Go potty.
Well, hello, Daisy. What were you doing down there? Stink. That ball stink.
Hi. You can't make me.
You can't make me.
You puppies look pooped, and I'm not sure why, because you didn't have a very good day.
Are you kidding? They were playing really hard, and then we fed them.
Oh man, look at those berries.
Look at them dangles. Them dingle dangles.
So Drew was talking about them dragging their booties on the floor earlier, and how
Oh yeah.
you want to be careful not to just assume that it's an anal gland issue, because especially in Cavaliers, they're so furry. Like with Robin, she is notorious for dingleberries. But Robin, we always have to check her fur because she gets them all the time. But even little Minnie, see, they won't be readily obvious all the time, and so you really gotta look. But there's some there. So we're gonna go clean those up. Poor girl. Let's check you real quick.
You having fun there, silly puppy dogs? Huh? Huh? You silly puppy dog, Delilah? You silly puppy dog, Delilah? You are quite silly. You are quite silly. Daisy and McDoodle Poodle. What are you doing? You are so silly. You are so silly. Oh, so silly. Oh, so silly. Hello. Oh, hello. Not you.
Anybody wanted to see Missy?
Let me make
Missy
that
dog.
one first, and then you can do it afterwards. Yeah.
Missy dog is looking good. She's for being 6 days out from her due date. Missy is doing really, really well.
I'm kidding, she really is.
She's definitely still a planet, and her planet's only getting bigger. But she seems to be doing a lot better with it. I think at first she was a little bit shocked because it happened so fast. She's kind of ballooned up, but now that she's getting used to it, or she has gotten used to it, I just hope we have some very healthy puppies. Hi, Missy dog. Who's a good girl, Minnie? Who's a good puppy? Who's a good puppy? Hey! Oh. That was Daisy. Who's a good puppy? Oh, my Gully. Hey, Gully. Hey, Gully.
Air fryer, that's what makes it taste the best.
good boy. Okay.
He was using it for baiting the zombies.
He's a good boy.
You said coconut water for the.
Yeah.
He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy, Charlie. Yeah. Charlie's a good boy. Hey, Tommy.
Apparently, you know the drink Thrive.
He's a good boy.
Well, yeah, this.
He's a good boy.
I've never heard about that, but what they use in it is they use alcohol-based sweetener.
Oh my goodness, Delilah. He's sleeping. Alright, we're gonna make a clipped nail puppy pile, which is right there.
Mom,
Yeah.
you wanna come see my floor once you're done clipping the puppy's nails?
Yeah.
I did it all by myself. It's okay, I'll take it. Sitting on Daisy. Be nice. Ow. Because I have lunch.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's
Right on. Oh, what is
Good boy. Good boy, you're a good girl, Juno. I'm so sorry.
That was so good. What? Like you use a bunch of the sauce and you rice.
Good boy. Oh, he did it again. Bro.
Oh, there.
Oh, Bella, hold on, Emma. What do you want, Bella? You want another snack?
I'm gonna order a caramel macchiato ingredients so we can start making those again. Because I want me a caramel macchiato. Daddy. Okay, just put your nails. Just your nails.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Hi, Speedy.
Mom, are you gonna put this one clear? Mom, can I play with the puppies?
Not right now, sweetie. You don't have clothes on. And you need to eat something.
Oh.
'Cause it's lunchtime. Hi, Jordy.
I already had lunch.
Yeah, but when was that? You were just talking about how you need a snack.
This puppy loves me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Can I hold one?
Not right now. In the middle of cooking their titties.
I think I was the one who introduced me. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because then after, like right after we got up here, I showed him sort of online, he liked it so much that
He's been talking about it for a while.
They love my Barbie.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I got here. No, I don't
Do it for 30 seconds and then stir it and then.
Hey, you're done.
Yeah, do it for 30 seconds.
Delilah! Do you guys want the snuffle mat maybe? Let's do Delilah and Amelia. So let's bring out the snuffle mat and some hard kibbles and see if the puppy might want to play. Sorry, I'm trying to make it tricky. You guys are getting too good at this. So when our snuffle mat was newer and in better condition, there's a drawstring that goes around this, and so you can almost completely pull it shut, and so it basically makes it really difficult for them because they have to get their snout in there and dig around. I think we'll get a replacement one of these pretty soon because this one, like the pieces are about to detach. Some of them have. So I think we're gonna get a newer one, and so to replace this one because it's falling apart. But we got a second one, but they had two styles, and so we wanted to try the other style. But this one is the bigger one, and so it's just kind of easier for puppies. Especially with the litter. I made a video a couple days ago with Macchiato was digging and he was digging in the yard and he was trying to dig up chipmunks, and Minnie started copying him, and so the snuffle mat, whenever that happens, we bring out the snuffle mat because they'll usually settle with the digging once they've when they have satisfied that need to forage. Oh, and I also, real quick, something I forgot to mention, I wanted to do this at the beginning of the stream, I completely forgot, I'm so sorry. Drew and I are going to be setting up a Discord server with all the moms and all the litters happening kind of at once with these guys still being here and Missy ready to pop anytime. especially before we have the live, we used to have live running. Hold on just a second. I'm trying to talk to live and everything is echoing out of here. And I'm having to talk over all you guys. So we'll be creating a Discord server so that it'll be easier to provide updates, and we used to have the live run essentially 24 hours a day. After the daytime hours were over, we would turn it off and set up the night version and let that one run overnight while we slept. And that, what was nice about that is it provided like a 24/7 area where any families could go and, you know, just check in, like, hey, what's the latest? And it was much easier to get a hold of us. But when we have a whole bunch of moms and multiple deliveries happening, with you know, our live streams have already been getting backed up at the start time for the last couple of months, and we've been trying like heck to get them to start earlier, and I believe tomorrow morning they're going to start early because we're going to make sure that happens. Or wait, no, tomorrow's Sunday, so it'll be Monday. Hey Dad,
Yes.
we need to talk about that.
What's up? Say that again. And so the first thing is that we are going to be starting a Discord server, and as we learn more, as we know more, as we get it set up, we'll let you guys know. But you can do all kinds of things on Discord. It's a much easier way to keep up, and also it's a nice place to check in if, you know, if you're a family that's waiting on one of our fall litters. It's just a nice way to kind of keep in touch without, Mocha, go potty there, go potty there. And then the other thing that Drew and I wanted to remind everybody was, a lot of times I'm unable to read the live chat like during the live stream, but I go back later, and a lot of times when I'm hunting for a thumbnail for the next one, I go back and read through the chat because we like to know what's going on with you guys, and especially if during the live we're not able to read through everything and keep everybody straight. It's easier to go back and, you know, on our own time, and we can slow it down a little bit, and then see, you know, like me show backpacking. It's just nice to know those things, and especially if we have, if there's families who, you know, recently got a puppy from another breeder, you know, we love hearing about that stuff, and so, but we've also noticed, like a bit of a shift in, how do I put this? Hey. Delilah. I'm just not gonna do that again. We want to give a reminder of who our mods are. We choose our mods very, very carefully. Each mod we have almost a very specific reason for, or not very necessarily specific reason, but we can name reasons that we chose them in particular. It's not just like whoever raised their hand first. Our mods know almost everything that there is to know. Whenever something's going on, anything new, even if it's just behind the scenes, something between me and Drew and like the family, we'll update them so that they kind of know, you know, if we may not be as active on the live stream, then at least they have a heads up and can kind of manage from there. And so, I guess what I'm saying is that they know a lot that I think that a lot of viewers don't necessarily realize, and they don't have to. You guys don't have to. But there's a very small percentage, and very small, very small. There's a very small percentage of folks who I think, I'm not sure. I don't want to like misword it because
I want to make sure I try to be careful with my words. There just seems to be, when I'm going through the chat, there seems to be, every so often, I'll see something happen, kind of like some sort of, not necessarily an argument, but just something will happen, and I'll see users that are responding to these situations as though, and it sounds like they're the moderators, and if I didn't know better, I probably would have thought that they were. And so I wanted to give a big reminder that you can identify our mods by their names are highlighted in blue, and they also have the blue wrench. But again, like that piece said, our mods, we try to be, our mods are very awesome about remaining very neutral. In the past, we've had people kind of, we've had situations where things would get a little clicky, and not computer click, but like clicky, like socially. Things would get clicky in the live chat, and I think some users begin to misunderstand kind of where those boundaries are, and so you know, our mods love to be friendly with everybody, and they're very nice people. I think most of them have puppies of ours. I think Lisa would have one if she was closer. But, you know, we chose our mods. We chose those people for a very specific reason. And so we were respectfully asking, Daisy, we're respectfully asking that all our viewers respect that, that our moms were chosen as moms for that reason, and you know, they don't need help from other viewers because you know, if they needed help, you know, we would discuss it, and we would let everybody know that we were looking for another mod, but it just complicates things when we have a situation in the live chat and a mod is wanting to handle it or trying to handle it, and there's a certain way, because we're always talking, there'll be an issue, and they'll ask me and Drew, how do you guys want us to handle this next time it happens? And so there's an ongoing dialogue that you guys don't see, and I think that, you know, in any group you're going to have people who are just natural leaders that kind of just end up kind of leading a group, like we're leading a discussion, and so you know, we don't fault anybody for that. We just ask that everybody respects, you know, our moderators as being moderators in their position, that we talk to them and screen them, and I think for being a YouTube channel that wasn't like, we didn't even have we had like 800 subscribers, and we still didn't even really know what we were doing, and we put a lot of thought, a lot of thought and effort into making sure we had good mods for our channel, probably more than we needed to. So what I was gonna say is that there's a lot of that like background discussions that the mods have, that we have with the mods, and you know, if anybody comes in with questions that are really most appropriate for the mods, we just ask that you leave it for the mods to answer, or for the mods to explain. They're so helpful. They know so much. They can tell you which dog is barking. If you hear a bunch of dogs start barking, they can tell you which dogs, and if it's multiple dogs, they can tell you like which 3 dogs are barking. They're really awesome. And let's see, Jan has Minnie, and Jan has Minnie. Sue has Audrey, and Lisa would have one if she wasn't across the pond. But yeah, so that's kind of that's all I wanted to say about that. When we pick our mods, it's not just random whoever signed up for it. Let me see. No, I'm gonna guard their food. But there's a lot of questions that are asked that, you know, we don't mind if other people answer questions, but if it's like a mod-related question,
Harris.
we just ask that you let the mods answer it, just because they have a better understanding of like what's going on and different ways that we're addressing and fielding different questions, and especially when we have several upcoming litters and a whole bunch of families, there's usually like a few things that we kind of discuss ahead of time and kind of get on the same page about, and it's just non-mods, people who are not in that position just wouldn't have any way of knowing that stuff. And so that's why we just want to make sure we have those boundaries clear on who our mods are, and you can identify them. They have their names are highlighted in blue, and they have the mod wrench. By the mod wrench, that reminds me. But the thing about being clicky, our mods are not going. It's not a popularity contest either. I feel like there have been times where, and this was nothing recent, by the way, this is all in the past. There have been times where it's seemed like there's been some sort of drama, and the users in that drama I've seen them try to pull the mods in and like take sides. It usually happens when like the mods are on the chat just as viewers, you know, talking about your puppies. Delilah! You are getting way crazy. But our mods love to be social and check in on the puppies. It's one of the reasons there are mods, because they like to be here. So, yeah, they just they want to remain neutral, and if they have people dragging them into their Discord with other, or discourse with other, users, it makes their job more difficult, and, we really want to keep with the puppies being what they are, with us raising them to be therapeutic animals, to be ESAs and psychiatric service dogs. We try to be more mindful of the fact that by virtue of what we do, you don't go potty there. You go potty here. Go potty there. Go potty. Just by virtue of what we do, naturally, like myself, I have an ESA dog. Her name is Daisy. And I have really, really, really bad anxiety. Like, I don't even want to give you guys examples, because I've had anxiety attacks like right here on the live, and I do my best to conceal them. But so we're aware that most of our families, if they're looking for an ESA or a psychiatric service dog, you know, we got our ESAs because of our own need for coping and improvement of our quality of life, and so just naturally, when families stop by the live chat, they're just more likely to have anxiety and or depression, or just any number of mental health conditions, and we just want to, I know how anxious I get, so I can only imagine. I know that we had one family, I remember, I felt so bad. They really wanted to chat in the live chat, but their anxiety was like stopping them from doing it, and so it was really hard for them to finally say something, and they eventually did, and it went really well. But it was one of those times where I kind of was aware it was going on, and I was like crossing my fingers that there wasn't going to be any drama that spilled out right then, and that we weren't going to have anybody playing moderator, and it didn't happen. It all went really well, and the family, Puppy's family was very happy, and the group was very welcoming. Because that's the thing that's why I started this with. This is a very, very, very minute percentage, very, very small. Careful. Because overall, everybody in our community has been absolutely amazing. We are so lucky that we found such an incredible community that we have this kind of support, because raising these puppies, it's not easy, and it's got a lot of stress, and it's nice to have you guys kind of alongside with us as we do it, because since we do it live and we have the live up for everything, you guys can see the tense moments. You can see the tense moments when we're not sure how things are gonna be, and so like you guys can also appreciate the happy endings just as much as we can. So we just really enjoy sharing all that with you guys, and we could not have found, I don't think we could have found a better group of people to share this stuff with. So we really appreciate everybody who joins us every day. It doesn't even have to be every day. If you join us once a week or once a month. What are you doing? What are you doing, Delilah? Mocha? The Discord server, so we have a whole list of things we have to get done right now, like this week, like today. But I would like to get the Discord server set up prior to Missy delivering, because part of the issue that I want to resolve is because the live stream, you know, on YouTube, it's like at the mercy of us racing our butts off to get through all of our morning chores and get everything up and going. And even as we were like pulling out this blanket this morning, I said to Drew that nobody would probably realize, because we end up starting live so late, people probably judge like that we were like breaking a sweat trying to get everything up and out and ready to go. Yes. Oh, that's because they're a little bit too big. Can you find some other pants? Thank you. Oh, Bella, be careful, sweetie. Okay. I can't remember what I was saying. Here's the puppies. Puppy. Be nice. Be nice. Be nice. You guys are so rough. You're so rough. You're so rough. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Oh, the Discord server. Part of one of the big things, like the issues, the things causing my anxiety lately, as far as our YouTube channel is concerned, is when we're unable to get the live up before we create the link. I'm always super anxious that you guys are wondering like where we are the puppies okay, what's going on, especially when Drew and I get busy with something like when we were waiting around in macchiato, and if we're just able to let you guys like know like hey, we're doing this right now, here's a quick video if you want to see, like, to, you know, just to communicate, to be transparent, so you guys know what's going on and you're not just sitting there wondering. I don't know about you, but it's always so much easier to wait when somebody tells me like, hey, this is going to be a 20-minute wait, as opposed to somebody just saying, okay, you gotta wait, and not knowing how long it's going to be. That 20 minutes is going to go by way differently in both scenarios. So, that's kind of, that's, you know, that's more what it's for. It's to help communication and, very good.
Here, Belshana, you wanna help me get the big puppy pen ready? No, it's just right here.
It's just right there, Bill, over here.
You working together?
With the pups.
Well, not super.
Sweetie, they're getting ready to go tonight.
Yeah.
They woke up for the second wind and now they're starting to get ready.
Right.
I'm super excited for the Discord server because it's going to be so much more informal. I won't feel like I have to have my lipstick and blush and mascara and all on. And like I said earlier, we used to have a live running 24 hours a day, and so we could kind of pop in and just be like, hey guys, this is what's going on. But when, before we get that link active in the morning, I just hate that there's no way to get a hold of anybody and let you guys know what's going on. Or like, this morning with Robin, you know, I could have given you guys an estimate, you know, and we could communicate through the months, but again, without there being an active link to a live stream, there's nowhere for everybody to know that they can look for information. And so the Discord server is hopefully going to be a good solution to that. And it's going to be a lot more informal. It's not going to be as formal. Not that this is very formal in the first place. But
Oh no, I'm getting pulled up. I'm getting pulled up.
there's someone.
Not me. I'm fighting.
But we'll keep you guys updated on the Discord server too. Oh, Bella Bella. Oh, Bella Bella. Is it you, Missy?
I'm getting pulled up in the picture.
Please. Missy, what did you do? Oh, is that where all the bananas are going? They're going to smoothies all day?
No, this is the first time that bananas have been used for smoothies since I got the bananas yesterday.
I'm gonna start the mixer if that's okay.
Okay, H-Link, I just saw your comment just now and I wanted to tell you how much that means to me. It was really sweet. What's she on your leg uselessly? Can you go potty, Delilah? I'm pretty sure you go potty. Oh, such a good girl. Oh, and your turquoise. Your blue eyes are perfect for your turquoise. Alright, Lola, sit up, sit up, sit up, sit up.
Hello.
Mocha Mocha. Mocha Mocha Mocha.
Mocha's walking back. And the doggy's needed.
Hold on. Come on, baby.
But Link, I'm glad you found us. I'm glad you joined and stuck around. We're going to be streaming Missy's delivery, so if that's something you'd be interested in, she's due on Friday. We'll stream her delivery. It's not usually like super graphic. We don't have the camera like all up in her business. And puppy delivery isn't really that graphic anyway. But it's really, really interesting. In fact, these guys, the delivery it's linked in the description. And I put timestamps on it. Palm's delivery, she pushed the puppies out at like such a great angle. You could just see them come right out. But Palm had a really, really, really clean delivery. We're usually pulling out towels that are soaked with the amniotic fluid, and with Palm, I think we pulled out 1 or 2 towels. But Missy's her delivery will be streamed. Robin's will be streamed. And I think Remy's will be too. Myra's we won't because It's her first litter, and we've learned that we have most issues and hurdles when moms are on their first litters.
All those good stuff on.
Ooh, good puppies. No, we're kind of getting there. Happy anniversary, Beth!
Dad? Dad?
Delilah, hold on. I do 3 things at once.
Hey, Pop. What are you doing?
Hey, Carter, can you go get the game from downstairs for Delilah, please?
Hi, Charlie. Hi, Charles.
Oh, you good boy. Oh, you good boy.
Hi, Charlie, Charlie, Charlie.
Yeah, oh, you good boy. Oh, you good boy.
What?
Oh, man, you guys smell so good.
It's weird that it tastes so fluffy. It's not a smooth machine. It's not
Hi, Carter. Whew. Mom, do you want to come see my fort?
Yeah, just a second.
Hi, Minnie. If you made more banana smoothie, you would love it.
Delilah,
What?
here's your smoothie.
I probably would, you're probably right.
Bella
I
wanted
love banana, blueberries.
Oh,
In fact,
Bella's just having blueberries in hers. Nice.
What?
You wanna come see it?
Sure, yeah.
Mom, do you know what my ingredient in my smoothie is?
Blueberries?
Blueberries, bananas, milk, sugar, a pinch of salt, and Dan from Jay told me we should get those and process them.
You process the food. Ah, very cool. You're that girl? You're that girl? Here you go, that girl. This is
Pretty sturdy too.
You are such a good boy, Charlie.
great.
You are such a good boy. Alright, so I'm gonna move the puppies to go lay down. I have the live stream all set up and ready to go. Here we go. So when this one ends, the new one will just auto-populate. It'll just fill into your browser without you needing to search for it. If for some reason it doesn't, you can just find it at the top of our channel page. But thank you for joining us. I always enjoy sitting here hanging out with you guys, updating you on everything that's going on. So, of course, we'll still be around, just me more in the background, I think, on the stream. But I hope we see you again soon.